You check the weight of your pilum. You adjust the leather strap on your left sandal because the buckle is digging into your skin. You look at the sun and estimate there are 2 hours of shift left before the relief arrives from the barracks. Then the ground moves. It isn't a tremor. It is a vertical jolt that throws you onto your knees. Your helmet hits the dirt. The air doesn't just get bright. It turns white. You see a figure standing by the stone. The light coming off his clothes is not fire. It is something else. He reaches out. He moves the 2-ton stone like it is a piece of dried parchment. You don't breathe. Your lungs are locked. You look at the other guards. Cassius is on his face. Marcus is shaking so hard, his armor is rattling against the rocks. You black out. When you open your eyes, the light is gone. The silence is worse than the noise. You stand up and wipe the grit from your mouth. You walk to the tomb. The wax seal of the governor is snapped in half. The hemp ropes are shredded. You look inside the dark hole. It is empty. The burial clothes are sitting there on the stone slab. Hey, they aren't unrolled. They are collapsed, like the body just stopped existing inside them. You realize what this means. Under Roman law, if a prisoner escapes on your watch, you take their penalty. This man was crucified. That is what they will do to you. They won't just kill you. They will nail you to a piece of timber outside the Damascus gate and let the birds eat your eyes while you're still screaming.
Why did I sign up for this?
You grab Cassius by the shoulder and kick him. Get up.
Help me!
You hit him across the face with your open palm until his eyes focus.
Wake up, Cassius.
You tell him to check the perimeter. You tell Marcus to find his spear.
Focus,
You
man.
examine the ground.
Over there.
There are no footprints leading away.
Sir,
There are no drag marks.
here. Right away.
No one broke in.
And inspect the ground.
The stone was moved from the inside out. You have to move fast. If the Centurion does his rounds now, you are dead men. You can't go to the barracks. You can't go to the governor. You need a story that fits the facts but hides the truth. You need someone with enough money to buy the silence of the entire unit. You look at the empty tomb one last time. You pick up your helmet. You lead the men toward the city, toward the high priests. They wanted him dead. Now they are the only ones who can afford to keep him dead.
Yes.
Walk faster.
It all fits
Don't look back at the garden. Keep your head down. The sun is higher now. Your armor is heavy with sweat. You don't go to the fortress of Antonia.
Don't look back.
If the Centurion sees your face, he will see the terror, and he will execute you for dereliction of duty before you can speak. You lead Marcus and Cassius through the side streets of Jerusalem. You stay in the shadows of the stone walls. You reach the house of the high priest. The gatekeeper looks at your Roman crest and tries to close the heavy cedar door. You put your boot in the gap.
I hear something.
You don't use a greeting. You tell him to get the council. You tell him the tomb of the Nazarene is open.
Sure we should?
He pales. He lets you in. You sit in a small side courtyard. You count the stones on the floor to keep your hands from shaking. 3 men in linen robes enter. They don't look like holy men. They look like bankers who just lost a shipment of grain. You tell them the facts. The flash. The figure. The stone moving. One priest rubs his beard. He looks at the other 2. He says this is a problem of jurisdiction. He says the people will riot if they hear about a miracle. You tell him you don't care about the people. You tell him that if the governor finds out, your heads are going on spikes. This is a business meeting now. The priest asks how much it costs to buy a Roman's memory. You do the math. There are 16 men in the full guard unit. You need enough to pay every man to stay silent. You need enough to pay the Centurion to look the other way when he sees the broken seal. You need a surplus for yourself because you can never serve in this city again. You ask for 30 pieces of silver for each man. The irony isn't lost on the priest. He doesn't flinch. He calls for a servant. A heavy leather bag is brought out. You hear the clink of metal. It is the sound of your life being extended by another day. The priest leans in. He gives you the script. You will say you fell asleep. You will say his disciples came in the middle of the night and stole the body while you were snoring. You shake your head. You tell him that sleeping on watch is a death sentence in the legions. The priest smiles. It is a cold, bureaucratic expression. He says he will handle the governor. He says he will pay the administrative fees to Pilate's office to ensure no disciplinary action is taken. You take the bag. You feel the weight of the silver through the leather. It is cold. You look at Marcus and Cassius. They are nodding. They have already forgotten the angel. They have already forgotten the light. They are thinking about the wine and the women this silver will buy. You stand up. You have the money. You have the lie. Now you just have to sell it to the toughest bastards in the Roman Empire. You walk through the gate of the fortress of Antonia. Your eyes are red from the dust and the lack of sleep, but you keep your back straight. You feel the leather bag of silver hidden under your cloak, rubbing against your hip. It is heavy enough to make you limp if you aren't careful. The barracks smell like old vinegar and wet wool. You find the rest of the unit in the common room. They are cleaning their gear. They are sharpening their gladi. They don't know yet. You pull the door shut. You drop the bag on the wooden table. The sound of 400 silver coins hitting the wood stops every conversation. You don't talk about angels. You don't talk about the stone. You tell them the tomb is empty. You tell them the disciples came while you were asleep. The room goes cold. A veteran named Varus stands up. Yeah, he is a man who has survived 3 campaigns in Gaul. He knows the military code better than the priests know their law. He says that if you tell the centurion you slept, the centurion will have you beaten to death with rods. You reach into the bag. You pull out a handful of silver and slide it across the table to him. You tell him the high priest has already sent a messenger to the governor's palace. You tell him the administrative fee has been paid. You explain that the governor wants this body gone just as much as the priests do. A missing corpse is a riot. A stolen corpse is just a police matter. Varus looks at the silver. He bites a coin. He nods. One by one, the men come to the table. You count out the shares. 30 coins for the frontline guards. 20 for the runners. You set aside 50 for the centurion. You have to be precise. If the math is wrong, someone feels cheated. If someone feels cheated, they talk. The bureaucracy of the Roman occupation is a machine of paper and blood. You spend the next hour forging the initial report. You use a stylus to press the lie into a wax tablet. Patrol 4. Sector 3. Tomb guard duty. Incident. Grave robbery during period of involuntary fatigue. You realize the scale of the system now. It isn't just you. It is the clerks who will file the tablet. It is the couriers who will carry the news. It is the governor's advisors who will spin the story for the official scrolls sent back to Rome. Everyone is getting paid to pretend a dead man is still dead. The silver is disappearing fast. You keep your own cut tucked into your belt. Your heart is beating against your ribs like a trapped bird. Every time a door opens, you expect the secret police of the Frumentari to walk in. You have bought their silence, but you haven't bought their peace. You see it in their eyes. They saw the light too. Suddenly, there is a loud banging at the main door. It is the Centurion. He is calling for the sergeant of the guard.
You are assigned to the fatigue.
He is screaming about a breach of protocol at the garden. The lie is about to be tested. The Centurion slams his vine staff against the barracks table. The silver coins jump. He is a man with 20 years of service and a face like scarred leather. He doesn't look at the money first. He looks at your eyes. He picks up the wax tablet you just finished. He reads the report slowly. He looks at the word fatigue. He spits on the floor. He says he just came from the garden. He says the stone didn't just roll. It snapped the iron pins in the track. He asks how 3 starving fishermen from Galilee sheared through solid Roman iron while 16 trained legionaries were snoring.
But I have no
You feel a drop of sweat run down your spine.
Get all this silver.
You don't blink. You tell him they used levers.
Where did it come from?
You tell him they must have had help from the inside.
Oh no. I showed the prophet.
The Centurion leans in until you can smell the sour wine on his breath.
I am so screwed.
He points to the silver. He asks where a Roman guard gets the annual pay of a decurion in a single morning.
Dark laugh rings out.
You realize the mistake. You moved too fast. You showed the prophet before you secured the protection. You push the 50 silver coins toward him. You tell him the high priest wants the record clean. You tell him the governor's office has already been briefed. He laughs. It isn't a good sound. He tells you that he just spoke to the governor's secretary. The secretary confirmed the bribe, but there is a problem. Pilate is furious. Not because of the tomb, but because of the optics. The rumor of a resurrection is spreading through the market already.
The transcription is not needed.
The Centurion picks up one of the coins.
With no spoken dialogue.
He says the priests paid to keep the story quiet, but a story only stays quiet when there are no storytellers left.
That was the lie.
He looks at the unit.
Everything is gone.
He says the governor needs a scapegoat, someone to take the blame for the theft to show Roman discipline is still intact. He says the orders are being drafted to transfer the entire unit to the frontier, to the German borders, where the tribes skin Romans alive. You realize you aren't being protected. You are being liquidated.
I could.
You look at Varus. You look at
I
Marcus.
should.
They see it too.
It's not worth
The
it.
money on the table isn't a bribe anymore.
I can't.
It's blood money for your own funerals. The Centurion tells you to pack your kits. You are leaving at sunset. No leave. No goodbyes.
Silent. You are to forget.
You are a loose end in a very large, very old machine.
I understand.
You reach for your belt. Your hand touches the cold metal of your dagger. For a second, you think about killing him,
Keep marching. Don't
but
look
there are
back.
guards at the door.
Keep marching.
There are
Get
guards
out
at the gate.
Don't look back.
The system has closed around you. You took the silver. You signed the tablet. You are the architect of your own cage. The march to the coast is fast. You don't look back at Jerusalem. You don't look at the hill where the 3 crosses were. You keep your eyes on the dust kicked up by the sandals of the man in front of you. You reach the port of Caesarea at midnight. There is a galley waiting. It isn't a troop transport. It is a grain ship with a hold that smells like rot. The Centurion stands at the gangplank with a scroll in his hand. He checks your names off a list. He doesn't look at you. He just marks the wax. You are officially transferred to the Danubian frontier.
Silver is
On paper, you no longer exist in Judea. You're a ghost moving toward a cold, dark forest.
Uh-oh.
You sit in the hold as the ship pulls away from the
I
pier.
can't spend it. Not with that
The silver is
business.
still in your belt. It is heavy. It pulls at your waist every time the ship rolls. You have more wealth than your father saw in his entire life, but you can't spend a single coin. If you show this silver to a merchant, they will ask how a common legionary got it. If you tell the truth, the Empire kills you. If you tell the lie, priests, spies find you. You're a rich man who must live like a beggar. You look at Marcus. He is staring at a small silver coin in his palm. He is whispering to himself. You lean in to hear. He isn't counting. He is repeating the name of the man from the tomb.
Look, it was here. I had it. It's gone.
You tell him to shut his mouth.
They stole it. The body is
You tell him the name is dead. You tell him the body was stolen. You shout it until your throat is raw. The more you say the lie, the more you remember the light. You remember the way the air felt like it was breaking. You remember the stone moving without a sound. You realize the irony now. The high priest paid you to bury the truth in a shallow grave of silver.
I swear, it's not
The
my
truth
fault.
doesn't stay buried.
What's happening?
It's sitting in your belt. It's in the way the men look at each other in the dark. You are a Roman soldier. You are supposed to be the master of the world. But you were just a janitor for a miracle you weren't supposed to see. You lay your head against the damp hull. You have the money. You have your life. But every time you close your eyes, you see that stone rolling. It's funny. We thought we were guarding a prisoner. It turns out, he's the only one who got out.